Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your August 2021 Astro Update. It's Raina here. So, as the month of August begins, Mars has just gone into another mutable sign, also ruled by your ruler, Mercury, which is Virgo. And Virgo for you is the fourth house of home and family. This can be an area that Gemini has kind of mixed feelings about because Gemini is very footloose and fancy free, and you don't like to be contained. And the fourth house issues surrounding family can sometimes feel like you're being put into a box, or if you're at home, you may feel restless. So this can make you a little bit antsy if you have to deal with family matters, things from the past. There can be conflict with these people. The mother represents the fourth house, I'm saying. And real estate matters. Now, one of the things, how this can manifest when you're talking about like physical houses, is that you're doing some kind of repairs or renovation, and there's like a lot of construction going on. But also, like I said, conflict can come into the picture in some way in the domestic area. And this is going to be in effect all for the whole month. On the 8th of the month, the new moon is at 16 degrees of Leo. Now, Leo is a couple of signs ahead of you, which is a sextile, and that's actually a nice angle. And this is occurring in the house that you rule, the third house. So this is a house that you're very familiar with. And so this is almost like having a new moon in your sign. I mean, like a solar return type of situation. So the themes of the third house can play into new developments, and that can include any kind of communication that you are involved with or that you have been working on, in terms of like maybe you're starting a website. Social media can be the third house. Media in general, teaching and learning, all of these things can provide new opportunities for you, new paths for you to travel. And because you rule this house, you have a lot of skill in this area in communicating. So this is going to give you more opportunities to communicate with others and do your thing and work your magic. And so as this is happening, we already have other energy coming in that house. Of course, with the new moon, that means the sun is also there, and has been since the third week in July, or more like the fourth week. The third week. And Mercury is in this, your ruler is in this sector until the 11th. There was one other planet, I think. Maybe not. So that can mean, Mercury is there, so you really are wanting to share your ideas for some reason. One thing too is that the third house is the local area. So it's your neighborhood and things like that, and it's also your siblings and extended family members. So all of these things can have new developments. In terms of your local area, if you are scouting for, if you're wanting to move for some reason, this can, or you are in the process of moving. I mean, even with Mars in the fourth house, I could kind of see maybe somebody who's getting ready to move. They're like packing and having a lot of activity with that. And maybe you're getting acclimated to your new neighborhood, even if you haven't fully moved in. On the 16th, Venus goes into Libra, the sign that it rules, and this is a fellow air sign. The air sign that's in front of you, this is the 5th house. This is such a fun place to be. So this is the area of love and creativity. It's a house of pleasure, so anything that is a pleasurable pursuit. But Venus is also connected to art, so that's where the creative part comes in. But you may just be appreciating art. Maybe you're going to be going to a museum, or if you are an artist, maybe you're going to be showing your work to other people, or in that creative mode, like big time. This could be falling in love, being romantic with somebody. This could be making money, because Venus can have a monetary association, a connotation, and you're making money from your creativity. On the 19th, but also just, Venus is also about pleasure, and this is the house of pleasure. Why doesn't Venus rule the 5th house instead of the sun? Things that I will never understand about astrology. On the 19th, Uranus goes retrograde at 14 degrees of Taurus. Taurus is a sign before you, so this is the 12th house. Uranus in the 12th house is a place that is very hidden and, like kind of obscured, far out. Uranus is far out. It's the ruler of Aquarius, but the 12th house is otherworldly. So this can be this could be a strange kind of a transit, and how this affects you. Let's see, how can this affect you? I actually have this in my 12th because I have a very big 12th house, and I have my rising sign a late degree of Taurus. So for me, even though I'm not Gemini rising, it still is going to fall in my natal chart in the 12th house. This is a situation where it's funny, because when a planet retrogrades, it kind of goes inward, but this is already a place of going within. So it's hard to discuss this. Hamana. I would say that it's very psychic. This could be like a Kundalini experience. Maybe you have, in some cases, this is what I was wondering because of my own placement here, if this is going to be some kind of a spontaneous type of spiritual awakening. Now, I don't believe that there's just one spiritual awakening. I think that we have them throughout our lives. I know some people talk about the spiritual awakening of their life, but I think that if you really examine it, you will see that there are different phases. And so this may be one where there is a very strong intuitive component. Sometimes I feel like we get turned on to certain ideas through certain spiritual teachers. And so we go off and we learn about certain concepts. But with this, to me, Uranus and Aquarius are about, I get this science fiction-y vibe from it. So I even think about galactic information. The Galactic New Year is actually on July 26th. If you haven't, if you're listening before then, you can learn more information about that online. And so kind of like finding out what starseed you are, tuning into your, more of you as an independent soul. Because the 12th house, to me, and actually they talk about this, is the collective soul. But they're, that's kind of like the quirky aspect of Aquarius and therefore Uranus, its ruler, is that it's very iconoclastic, it's very rebellious and individualistic, nonconformist. So even though Aquarius rules the house of the group, and Uranus rules that the 11th house that is connected to groups, it wants to be an individual. So there's that contrarian type of thing going on. So I would say who you are as an individual soul and what your soul's mission is. Maybe things like that will come to you. And, as a unique soul, the 12th house is the house of past lives. It's the house of the soul versus the spirit, the physical identity, and so our spiritual identity. So I feel like perhaps you can tune into that more during this retrograde. But Uranus is not a personal planet, so it is not supposed to affect us personally. The only thing is that in a particular house, when it's transiting a particular house, then it gives more of a personal impact in the natal chart. Okay. On the 22nd, there is a full moon at 29 degrees of Aquarius. Again, this is a an air sign, and so this is a trine. Trines are beautiful because they are they're the most harmonious aspect angle. So this is coming from the opposite direction because I already talked about the Libra trine. Now we're talking about a trine coming from your 9th house. This is an important area for you. This is a blue moon, by the way. You already had a full moon in July in the same area at 1 degree of Aquarius. So this is really blowing up for you, this particular area. Plus, Jupiter is going retrograde back into that same house in late July. So, and this is Jupiter's domain, the 9th house. And Saturn is already there. So it's a very important time to have this full moon at the critical 29th degree. It really is bringing something to fruition for you. That's a 9th house thing. If you've written a book, Gemini, this might be the time when the fruits of your endeavor, this is a publishing house, are going to be coming into play. And on the same day, there is the sun is going into 4th house of home and family. You will have a new moon here in early September. So yeah, I mean, even this is the 9th house is the house of long distance travel. Maybe you are you're finally going to be able to go on a trip. And who knows, for some of you, you might even be relocating to a new country, letting go of your home country. With the sun in the 4th house, there's going to be new developments in September with the home front. On the 30th, Mercury goes into Libra, into that 5th house. So you might be talking to somebody that you have a romantic interest in. You might be doing creative projects that involve writing. No surprise for you, including maybe even a play, some kind of a dramatic thing, but certainly something that involves a creative type of writing. Or maybe you're in the theater and you're an actor or actress. By the way, I'm not one of those people that call female females in the theater, actors. I don't see that the word actress is insulting to women. So all month long, Mars is in that fourth house. I think I already went there. Been there, done that. Okay. I'm good to go, Gemini. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you or resonated with it. If you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.